So she's just like, she's got this like really contagious enthusiasm about
So
it.
much energy.
Yeah, she's just like
For this like little thing she wants to do.
determined.
Yeah.
It's great. She's like, I'm going to find this owl.
Welcome to Book Haven.
Okay, so today we're really diving deep into this children's book called To See an Owl.
Oh.
It's by Matthew Cordell.
Okay.
And-
Excited.
Yeah, you know, it's a children's book.
Yeah.
But
I love children's books.
it's one of those that, you know, you read as an adult and you're like, wow,
Yeah.
there's a lot packed in here.
Totally.
And I know you've
It's like deceptively simple, but there's like layers.
read it too.
Yeah, I read this one. I love it.
Yeah.
I actually read it with my my niece,
Oh, cool.
and it was really fun.
So basically the story follows this little girl named Janie, and she is absolutely
I love Shane.
obsessed with owls.
Yeah,
And her, you know, she's on this quest to see an owl in the wild.
it's a good quest.
It's a great quest.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And so she's just like, she's got this like really contagious enthusiasm about
So
it.
much energy.
Yeah, she's just like
For this like little
Yeah.
thing she wants to do.
determined.
Yeah,
It's great. She's like, I'm going to find this owl.
Mm-hmm.
And she, you know, goes through all these
She
different
goes everywhere.
places, right? She's looking in the fields and the forests and beaches. And
Up and down.
yeah, she's looking everywhere for
Mhm.
months and months.
Yeah, she's dedicated.
But she's not finding this owl.
It's hard to find an owl.
It's really hard.
They're so good at hiding.
They are elusive.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
curious, you know, when we see Janie going on this quest,
Yeah.
what do you think, you know, is there a connection there for you as like a, you know, someone who studies human behavior and goals and things like that?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think everybody has something they're really passionate about,
Right.
like Janie does about owls,
Right.
whether it's, you know, like a hobby or a skill they want to learn,
Uh-huh.
or, you know, even a career goal or something like that.
Yeah.
And so you can like really see that in Janie,
Totally.
where it's just like, this is the thing I want,
Yeah.
and I'm going to keep going for it. Yeah.
No matter what.
She doesn't give up,
Mm.
which is really
And that's kind of the first stage, right?
Yeah.
You've got all this excitement and energy.
great.
And then what happens when you hit those roadblocks?
Well, she starts to get, you know, a little bit
Yeah.
discouraged.
It's like anybody would.
Right. She's putting in all this effort and not seeing the results.
Right. And you start to wonder, like, is this even worth it?
Yeah. Like, am I wasting my time
Yeah.
kind of thing?
Am I ever going to find this owl?
Right. Exactly.
Like, am I on a fool's errand
Yeah.
or chasing a wild goose or whatever?
Totally. And they don't chase wild geese, do they?
They don't chase wild geese.
No, they chase mice.
They chase mice.
Or voles or something.
That's true.
Yeah.
But she keeps going.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
It is.
And thankfully, she has this really cool teacher named Mr. Koji, who,
Dr. Koji, I love him.
yeah,
He's the best.
he's great. And he's a bird watcher himself.
Yeah, he knows his stuff.
So he's like the perfect person to kind of mentor her in this.
Totally.
And the advice he gives her is
So good.
interesting because he really emphasizes,
Mhm.
you know, it's not just about seeing the owl.
Right.
It's about
It's about the journey.
the whole process.
Yeah, the looking and the waiting
Yeah.
and the listening and
The learning about the owl.
yeah, just being out in nature.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that,
Mhm.
you know, because it's kind of a message that maybe we don't hear enough.
No, we don't.
We're all about the destination.
Right. We're all about like the hustle and like getting to the end goal.
Like, got to get there fast.
yeah,
The
exactly.
quickest way possible.
So I mean, what are your thoughts on that as like a, you know?
I think it's important to remember
Yeah.
that the journey is just as important as the destination.
Right.
Like you were saying, we get so caught up
Yeah.
in achieving our goals.
That we forget to enjoy the process.
Right.
Like getting there.
And sometimes the process is actually where the real learning happens.
Exactly.
Right.
That's where you grow and change
Yeah.
and, you know, maybe even discover new things about yourself.
Totally.
Yeah.
And that's where I think this book gets really
Powerful.
powerful because it's not shying away from,
Mhm.
you know, the challenges of that.
Right.
Right? Like it's not easy to be patient.
No.
Especially,
Especially when you're really excited about something.
especially when you're like a little kid who's like obsessed with owls.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you want to see it like now.
For now.
Yeah, right now.
Mhm.
And so but it's like it's showing that struggle and how Janie kind of learns to
work through.
it with the help of Mr. Koji.
Yeah, and it's like,
Which is really cool.
he doesn't just tell her like, oh, be patient.
Cool.
He's like, let me tell you about my experience.
Yeah, he shares his own
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah, and I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah, it makes it much more relatable
Yeah,
for her.
because he's been there. He's been in those moments of frustration.
And then there's this like really beautiful moment in the book
Oh, yeah.
where
Tell me about it.
it's wintertime
Yeah.
and everything's covered in snow.
So beautiful.
And Janie's out there and she's bundled up in her
Mhm.
winter coat and she's still looking.
She hasn't given up.
She hasn't given up.
Yeah.
And suddenly
So
she sees it.
sweet.
Ow.
Yeah, it's like the reward for all of her patience.
It's so powerful.
Yeah.
And the way Cordell illustrates it is
The illustrations are amazing in this book.
amazing.
Yeah, they're so good.
Like you can feel the cold
Mhm.
and the stillness.
And you can feel Janie's like awe,
Yeah.
excitement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's this like really magical moment.
It is.
And I think it speaks to this
Mhm.
idea that
Like sometimes the things we're looking for
Yeah.
come to us.
they come to us when we least expect it.
When we're not even looking
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah.
Or when we've kind of like
Or when we think we've given up.
surrendered.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good
We're about to give up.
way to put it.
Yeah. And then boom,
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah.
The universe provides.
totally. So,
Yeah.
I mean, this book is just like packed with like these little
Life lessons.
life lessons.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like for you, what's like the biggest takeaway?
I think it's that idea of patience and perseverance
Yeah.
and how they're not just about like waiting for something to happen.
Right.
They're about actively engaging with the process
Right.
of achieving your goals.
So it's not just about sitting back and waiting for the owl to come to you.
No, it's about
Right.
going out and looking
It's
and
vibrant.
learning
Yeah.
and trying new things.
Yeah. Yeah. And being open to the possibility that it might
Mm.
show up in a different way than you expected.
Exactly.
Right.
That's so cool.
And I think that applies to so many things in life,
Totally.
not just owl watching.
Okay.
It could be anything.
Like, what are you working on right now?
I mean, I'm working on a new book.
Oh, cool.
Actually,
Okay.
it's about the psychology of creativity.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I'm like really in that process of research
Yeah.
and writing, and it's a lot of work,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also really rewarding
Yeah.
to see it all coming together.
And I'm sure you're experiencing those moments of like
Oh yeah,
frustration and doubt,
totally.
but also those moments of like
Excitement.
breakthrough.
Yeah, like oh my gosh, this
Yeah.
is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And I think that's what this book is really
Captures that so well.
capturing so well.
It's like it's not just about the owl.
Mm.
It's about the whole
It's about Janie's journey.
journey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think everybody has a journey like that,
totally.
whether they're aware of it or not.
Oh, right.
And so I think it's just a good reminder
Yeah.
to kind of pay attention to the
Like that.
process.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and to appreciate the ups and downs.
And maybe the next time we're feeling frustrated
Mm-hmm.
or discouraged,
We can think of Jamie.
we can think of Janie
Yeah,
and Mr. Koji
and remember that
and be like, okay,
the owl is out there.
maybe
Yeah.
it's just around the corner. Or maybe
it's right behind you.
maybe it's right behind me.
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
just never know.
All right. So I think
Yeah.
that's a great place to wrap up our deep dive today.
I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, me too.
That was a good one.
I hope everybody out there listening
Yeah.
is thinking about their own owls.
Yeah.
And their own journeys. Yeah.
And maybe finding a little bit of inspiration from Janie's story.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I think we can all learn from Janie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So thanks for
Thanks for having me.
joining us
It was fun.
on this deep dive.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Grab To See an Owl by Matthew Cordell, now on sale for just $17.05. Don't miss this chance to build good habits and achieve remarkable results. Click pre-order now today.
Like and subscribe for more Bookhaven podcasts.